Turn the lights on. Ring the bell. Yeah. Morning lights, red lights glow. Crowd
How's it going, ladies and gentlemen? This is Unfiltered Wrestling. I am Dr. Love of Aaron Loves Wrestling. This is Chris Branson from the Cheap Sheets podcast. Cheap Seats, not Sheets.
Something like that.
Close enough. And we are here for Unfiltered Wrestling. We're going to talk about Raw. We're going to talk about SmackDown, Elimination Chamber, AEW preview tonight, and elimination predictions and preview a little bit. We got some wrestlers qualified. We also have some breaking news on some injuries and how's that going to affect WrestleMania and the road to WrestleMania. We got previews of the qualifying matches coming up. But first, we lost a great singer. One of my personal favorite bands is Three Doors Down, and Brad Arnold tragically passed away this past weekend. And in honor of Brad Arnold on here, rest in peace. I know he's in heaven and reaping, he's got joy. He is filled with joy and peace and everything with Jesus up above. And I'm glad that he's a brother in Christ. So we're going to give a 10 bell salute to our brother in Christ and one of the great singers and one of my favorite and greatest bands to me, Three Doors Down. So if you will, a moment of silence in the 10 bell salute for Brad Arnold. We lost a good one this past weekend, and we lost another one. And Chris, I'll let you take the floor on that one, and we
So,
will honor
so we're
him
gonna
as
go with
well.
this real quick. It's gonna be a little bit of a shoot PSA for us guys and gals over 40. Um, we lost James Vanderbeek. James Vanderbeek, famously known for the WB show Dawson's Creek, playing Dawson Larry, as well one of the of my age best movies, Varsity Blues, along with the late Paul Walker. Um, John Moxon it was his name. Wonder how Moxley might have gotten his last name at some point. Anyhow, point being, uh, as a person who is a combat veteran, who has family, who has dealt with prostate and colorectal cancer as either causes of death or has faced that challenge, um, do not shirk on your uh, ability to be seen, get those checks, get that colonoscopy, get an endoscopy, see what you're dealing with internally. Uh, I mean, get your prostate checked, get the bits and berries checked. It doesn't matter. What matters is that you are able to live a long, full life, that you are able to experience more of life with your family. You know, these losses, both gentlemen lost their lives to an insidious cancer that usually is hard, along with women and ovarian cancer or uterine cancer, to deal with. Um, like I said, if you're 40 and older, even if you're Aaron's age, and Aaron's like 15. So, but long and short of it is, you know, rest well there, James Vanderbeek, along with you and Paul. May you sling the ball on the eternal 40 acres of West Canaan, even though that's a fictional movie. But the point being here is make sure you keep track of your health because we like one less person to go from this earth if need be. We wouldn't want our audience to be one of those numbers. So make sure you are being smart about your health, whether it is your colon, that end of your business, your throat. Yeah. Point being, stay on top of it. Get back to you, Aaron.
Yes, it's unfortunate. We lost two of these young gentlemen at such a young age. I mean, 47 years old in their late 40s. It's still young, and it is unfortunate. I was hoping to see three doors down coming in my area at last year before Brad announced his cancer, which, more important, take care of your health. And he went away and he fought it. Unfortunately, it won. Cancer won that one. So sadly, it took away a great singer and a great brother in Christ, and he is now in heaven up above. He's in a better place, and hopefully get to see him up there again, and maybe we'll be neighbors up there in our great gold mansions up above. So, but unfortunately, we lost these two, and hopefully we don't lose more. We've lost some wrestlers past few years, and then now this, and hopefully we don't lose more. Cancer, it sucks.
Mm-hmm.
Cancer sucks. Had my uncle get it. Thankfully, he beat it, and hopefully, it don't come back. Roman Reigns has had it, and he beat it. Hopefully, it don't come back. Many more have had cancer, and if you're experiencing cancer, we're here with you. We're praying with you. We love you, and keep fighting. Keep fighting the good fight. We're here.
And we're standing up for you. We're standing up for you.
So, with that being said, love all y'all, and that's how we're gonna. That's how we're gonna kick off the show. Let's get to the old sponsors. Yes, Woo Energy. Woo! If you are Ric Flair fan, or if you just want some energy, get yourself some Woo Energy. That's right. You got dragon fruit right here. You got my personal favorite, strawberry banana. You got your lemon. You got your, no, I'm not talking about your lemon pepper steppers. I'm talking about your lemon. You got your pineapple berry. And then, of course, your dragon fruit. These great flavors. Use the promo code Dr. Love. That's DRLOVE. And get 20% off. And get the variety case. Get the variety case. Try out each flavor. See which one's your favorite. And then go from there. If you keep liking the variety pack and you want to just keep trying all the flavors, good. If you've tried all the flavors out and you're like, hey, this one's mine, I'm going to keep getting these cases, then hey, each time you purchase a case, use Dr. Love and you get 20% off. DRLOVE. Woo! Energy. That's right. If you want that Ric Flair championship type energy, if you want the man championship type energy, Woo! Energy. At wooenergy.com and use the promo code Dr. Love, DRLOVE, and get 20% off your purchase. And then we get one of my other favorites. I drink. Where's the camera? There it is. I'm drinking right now. I'm pulling it all-nighter from my graveyard shift due to an early morning next morning. So I needed some eye drink to get my day, keep my day going. And it's a great energy drink with no caffeine, zero caffeine. It has all your important vitamins and everything that you need for caffeine and your energy, for your energy, not your caffeine, and for clarity and focus. And it's a great drink, tastes great. And if you're trying to eliminate or limit your caffeine intake, I highly recommend iDrink. Go to iDrink.com and the link below and get yourself iDrink today. Then also got to go with, I'm drinking it too, Prince Nana coffee. That's right. It's a Prince Nana coffee. If you want some of that Prince Nana energy, then get yourself some Prince Nana coffee. The link below as well. And go on the Prince Nana coffee link and go to yourself Prince Nana coffee. Oh, he's got some Milo.
I got some Milo. Well, I mean, I don't have a sponsor, but product placement here. Product placement. Milo's happens to be women-owned, veteran-created.
There you go.
It's the extra sweet brand. I drink two glasses of water after every bottle of these. So, other than that, yeah, maybe we get Milo's to sponsor for us less than healthier drink habit thingy.
Maybe.
Havers.
Maybe that might be in the works. So we'll kick off here. We'll kick off with some this unfortunate Bron Breakker news. This out on at first when you saw the sources share it, of course, the sources, and you got to take some of them. You got to be careful with some of them because he's had hernia surgery, and it's expected him to be out around up to 12 weeks. They said, but could be sooner. But his WrestleMania, he might be missing WrestleMania. It might be in jeopardy. There was a big also story going around of him facing Seth Rollins at WrestleMania in a one-on-one match. But now, unfortunately, with this surgery, that's in jeopardy. So we'll see what's going to take place at WrestleMania now, especially for Seth Rollins, if he is cleared to wrestle. That's even if he's cleared. We had this mysterious masked man running around, curb stomping everybody. We got some crazy predictions. Somebody even said it was John Moxley. But what is up with people thinking it's masked man John Moxley? They did the last guy, now this guy. I mean, no, he's an AEW. He's not John Moxley. Chill out. It's not John Moxley. If WWE ever opens that forbidden door to let AEW wrestlers in, that'd be great. But it's not going to happen.
John Moxley signed to like 2029, I think. So, I mean, the likelihood of him ever showing up on WWE TV, other than get inducted into the Hall of Fame, which probably, if he wants to have happen,
I heard
is the only time you'll see him back.
I heard through a little bird, Tony Khan wants to create not an AEW Hall of Fame, but a Pro Wrestling Hall of Fame where you have, I guess, everybody in it. I don't know.
You got Cauliflower. You got the one in New York, the International Pro Wrestling Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
The one in Wichita Falls, Texas. The Pro
I don't know
Wrestling
what you call it because you got several of them that are kind of unbiased, and they just put it in. But they don't care which company you wrestle for.
You look at the Hall of Fames these days. I mean, his father and his uncle, two Hall of Famers right there. I
think Scott's in the TNA Hall of Fame too.
Yeah, I believe Scott is a TNA Hall of Famer.
It's confirmed. But keep talking.
But I mean, with Bron's injury, I mean, it's unfortunate, especially since we are officially on the road to WrestleMania. What sucks is now with you having Seth coming back eventually. Okay, where does the WrestleMania card or potential Elimination Chamber card divert? Hernias are not easy injuries to overcome. You're talking about getting inside someone's body, removing said mass, and then tightening those muscles back up through mesh. That takes some time. The Rock, perfect example. I think it was WrestleMania 29. He tore his abductor muscles and ended up, honest to God, being out for quite a time to where he couldn't work out, getting ready for movies. So, with that being said, does this put in jeopardy Seth Rollins versus Bron Breakker? Probably. And, scuttlebutt, rumors, whatever, whether you get it from Meltzer, you get it from our good friend Cody Hayes over there at Body Slam. What did you say?
Hayes.
Corey Hayes. Corey Hayes over there at Body Slam.
Sean Ross Sapp from Fightful.
I mean,
those are the two sources I trust the most.
Corey and Sean,
they're right. Sean. They're right most of the time, and it's funny because I saw Corey share on X. Somebody was claiming that he was all over that Chris Jericho news and him jumping to WWE. But he never shared.
Boy, I saw that.
Think he even posted about it, and it's somebody. And he's like, I didn't even share about Chris Jericho.
He quote reposted. Yeah, but here's the thing. With
Yeah,
this,
I mean, yeah,
if we do get Seth back, and now you're seeing him attack other members of the Vision, you know, and the fact that this masked man attacked Austin Theory,
yeah,
now have we diverted to where potentially if the masked man is revealed as Seth Rollins, does this turn into a 6-man tag, and does Seth tag with the rumored attempt at trying to get Logan Paul and Bad Bunny in the ring? I mean, honestly, if I was WWE and I had to go with worst case scenario booking on this one, Seth, Bad Bunny, Penta, you know, right there covers the baby faces, and then you have the 3 members of the Vision. I mean, with Haas saying over here that they should pivot to Logan and Seth, do I agree with that? Could it be entertaining? Yeah, because there's still things from Royal Rumble, I think, 2023 or 4, when Punk got hurt, that it was Logan that tossed Seth and Roman. I think it was Seth and Roman. Yeah, it was Logan that tossed Seth and Rogan or Roman. No, that was 24s.
Was it 24?
Yep.
No, because they weren't.
Because Punk got hurt at the
They
Royal
weren't in
Rumble.
the Rumble.
Yeah, they were.
Roman was the champion
No.
in 24.
You're thinking 23.
No, 24.
23 was WrestleMania. Or wait.
24 is WrestleMania 40. 23
Oh,
is
yeah,
WrestleMania
that's right.
49.
But
Yeah, it
Punk
was
was in that Royal Rumble.
It was last year's Royal Rumble.
Are you sure about that?
Now, I'm 100% sure because they were both Seth.
I'm almost certain it was the 24
Punk,
Rumble. I think it was the 24 Rumble leading into WrestleMania 40. That's what it was.
Roman wasn't in that.
Who was it? Maybe it was last. Yeah, maybe it was in Indy. Huh. Oh well. You know what? I tip my hat to you, sir. I apologize for mistrusting your knowledge there. But yeah, with Braun, Braun is an integral generational piece to this next generation of WWE. You know, we keep hearing the new era term. Cool.
New era.
You know, let's go back when the next generation, or the new generation, when Vince McMahon ran that, when we're part of a brand new. You're gonna hear we're part of a brand new era. Technically, we've been a part of a brand new era for 2 years now. You know, yes, the older, more tenured wrestlers are starting to more focus on life after wrestling. But somebody like Bron Breakker here, who's still mighty young, Nova Femi, Javon Evans, with probably the 3rd greatest move sequence in the history of WWE when it comes to finishers. They're going to all be integral. Yes, what sucks is that the way the world works these days, injuries happen. It happens in AEW, it happens in WWE, it happens in TNA.
Yeah, we got Bron Breakker injured, Seth Rollins out. I think AEW, there's some injuries over there too. TNA. I mean, injuries are happening all across the wrestling business right now. It sucks. It's
Indeed
unfortunate for Bron Breakker here, especially in the heat of the story. Especially with Adam Pearce, he's about to get Adam Pearce a heart attack every week on the Monday Night Raw. Like, my gosh, somebody calm Adam Pearce down, because I get worried sometimes how angry he gets. Like, it worries me.
He better watch it. He better watch it. I mean, Scrap Daddy is a former NWA World Heavyweight Champion. I mean,
he is.
He can get the business from old Scrap Daddy.
Yeah. Hey, it'll be a good match. And I'm wondering if old Scrap Daddy's putting this new mysterious masked man up to anything. I don't know. It's a mysterious. There's so many theories going around, even though it's not Austin Theory. But there's one. The lead one is Grayson Waller. That's the lead theory for the masked man. Which would be interesting because Austin Theory and Grayson Waller were in a tag team. And then you got there's some that are predicting, like I said, some are predicting John Moxley again, which is ridiculous. But I was thinking Jake Paul. That's what I was thinking. Jake Paul.
I mean, Jake Paul is a little bit bigger than his brother. I mean, trying to fit the 6'3", 200 low 200-pound frame that Seth Rollins would fit in.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you got to kind of be careful. So you got to kind of use wrestlers in the company that fit that build. But, you know, could it be Logan's brother Jake? And do we get Jake versus Logan at WrestleMania?
Or a tag match, Seth and Jake versus Logan and maybe Bronson Reed.
Which would be the easiest layup as far as a finish, because then it would be Logan or Jake turning on Seth to help out Logan. I mean, probably that's what would happen, but
good,
you know, not the powers that be. But
I don't know. Since Seth Rollins has left this Vision group, it's kind of lost its vision, in my opinion. I'm not so much behind it right now as I was. I mean, I was with Bron Breakker, but though Seth Rollins, I mean, honestly, it felt like a new evolution, in my opinion, with Seth Rollins and Bron Breakker and Bronson Reed, and add Logan Paul. So, okay, it's not bad. And all of a sudden, I mean, Seth Rollins got hurt, and all of a sudden he kicked him out of the group when he could have just been injured and been out of the group, just like Bron Breakker is now. Was he going to get kicked out of the group now? Anyone who gets hurt is going to get kicked out of the group? I mean, hey, that'd be an interesting thing. You know, hey, you're the weak link, so now you're out. That'd be an interesting storyline right there. They kick Bron Breakker out and add in somebody else, maybe Royce Keys. You know?
I mean, there's a cavalcade between NXT and the two brands that if the Vision needs to reload.
Oh yeah.
I mean, the key around the Vision is one person, and it's not Bron Breakker. It's not the talent. It's the mouthpiece. You know, he surrounds himself with talent that can talk.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of people thought originally when this group was even fashioned that we were getting the rebirth of the Dangerous Alliance.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, the Dangerous Alliance, like DX, like the NWO, early NWO, not NWO 50 different brand NWO. It has a shine to it. You know, you don't. I think the problem with the world is the shine is easy to fall off these days because you're trying to capture an audience.
Mm-hmm.
And with the audience, if you're not a hardcore watcher, you're just a casual fan, they're going to get lost in the sauce real quick.
Yeah.
They're going to get
who
as to where somebody like you and me, like, oh, okay, we can piece this story together, that story together. Okay, we can draw a knot and, you know, connect the two dots, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean, it's going to be interesting when it surrounds the Vision and Seth Rollins and whatever they have planned. Now that Bron's also injured, what it's going to end up being. Anything else up for Monday Night Raw or WWE you want to talk about?
This is what I'm thinking. So if Bron Breakker can't go, which I don't think he will, if we still get Seth Rollins, what I think would be an interesting match is Seth versus Austin Theory. Considering that Austin Theory was once under Seth and his Monday Night Messiah group that he had.
Yeah.
I think that would be an interesting WrestleMania match, and we can have him face Seth Rollins, and they'd put on a great match, in my opinion, and the story's there. So Austin Theory and Seth Rollins, Austin Theory could step up and face Seth Rollins and get his WrestleMania moment as well and get over, whether he wins or loses. And I think that would be a good replacement because I don't think Bron Breakker is going to be healthy enough by WrestleMania. I don't think so. It's going to be close, but I'd say don't rush him back. Let him fully recover, then bring him back. If he misses WrestleMania, it sucks, but I'd rather him fully recover and come back and be good for the long term than try to rush him back and all of a sudden he re-aggravates it again and then he's out again because rush people back from injuries. You see it in sports all the time, in NFL, NBA, all over the sports world. You rush the players back or you rush wrestlers back in when they're not fully healed and you rush them back. They could re-aggravate it and then they're out again. So now if he fully heals by Mania, cool, let's go. Rollins versus Breakker, let's do it. But
I've seen it too many times that somebody comes back thinking they're ready, and to point out something that Haas over here said, the Vision loses too much to keep us engaged. The booking is baffling. I don't disagree with him. I think you gotta, if you're going to make the Vision a heel group that surpasses your current heel group, which is the Judgment Day on Monday Night Raw.
Judgment Day is getting more wins than you. Then sorry, you need to.
Judgment Day is getting more shine than a group that should be this big bad group.
Judgment Day just to split, bro. I'm just waiting for that.
It's coming. It's coming.
Speaking of the Judgment Day, why does this keep changing?
I mean, should we really think Finn is still a member of the Judgment Day? Because a lot of his gear says otherwise.
This is true. Let's do this one. So if we get more chats up, it don't cover your face. He was covering up your face and it was bothering me. So that's why I went back. But yeah, so we got up here CM Punk. Hernias are no joke. Yeah, that's way better. Hernias are no joke, Doug says. General recovery time, 4 to 6 weeks. I read it could take up to 12 weeks, Doug. 12.
It a lot of times it depends on the severity of the herniation.
It's 4 to 6 weeks. That's just in time for Mania. But I'd say just go ahead and build the story with Theory and let's ride with that one. Strap the rocket to Theory, bro. You got him this new theme and this new look, which is looking pretty good. And let's go ahead and go all in on it. No pun intended.
Before I forget, before we jump into Punk and Balor here, people forget that years ago at an Evolve show before WWE absorbed Evolve, or at least their IP from Gabe Sapolsky, that Paul Heyman showed up and introduced, while he was still Evolve men's champion, Austin Theory.
Mm-hmm.
So it still allows for
Paul Heyman has an eye for younger talent.
Agreed, but it also allows Paul to be a part of that storyline because
when he was, I read a story. I'm not sure how legit it is, but I read a story that Paul Heyman had an opportunity to go to TNA in 2010, right around when Hogan and Bischoff basically took over. He denied going there. He was really leaning in on going there because of the future talent that they had. But when he saw that the older talent was getting over and getting the spotlight at the time, because they wanted to do the Monday Night War thing again, which was ridiculous, he backed out because he saw that the younger talent were getting overshadowed by the old guys that were, past their prime. You were hot back in the 90s, but now, I'm not saying that legends can't come back to wrestle, but when you're overshadowing the future, and that's when it's a problem.
You gotta be careful stealing other people's shine.
Right. That's what pushed so many stars from WCW to WWF in the 90s and that Monday Night Wars is because Hogan, Macho, and all the other guys.
WWF got younger and WCW got older.
WWF's focus on the younger talent. WCW kept hanging on to that older talent, which is kind of interesting how the similarities we're seeing today in both companies.
I mean, you look at the AEW roster; it's a good, healthy mix of older veterans, but also younger talent. I mean, the younger get more of the shine than the older, but I mean, let's bring up the Rhodes family for a second before we dig too deep down some rabbit holes here. The thing about Dustin.
Oh yeah,
Dustin is in a spot where he is teaching. He still gets to perform. Now,
Which,
mind
by the
you,
way, he's teasing. It seems like a comeback on X.
well, I mean, I would.
Seen some posts lately.
He's still, I'm pretty sure, going through physical therapy for both his knees after the double knee replacement. But I mean, he's a 55-year-old man living a clean life for almost the last 20 years. You know, which in regards to sobriety and everything else, that's amazing. You know, that is something that it is very hard in that world to live with or live and maintain because of all the injuries. And the fact that he is showing that he can do that and still produce and provide for the business as a trainer, as a talent, you know, as a coach, a teacher, whatever you want to call him, a sage or a branch of the Rhodes knowledge tree, if you will. It just the Paul Heyman, Austin Theory, Seth Rollins storyline could be an intriguing one because, you know, up until Seth got injured, Heyman was forecasting him as the now. As to where you're on TV right now, he's forecasting Theory as the future, which even Vince McMahon, redacted, as a certain straight edge superstar up there once said, that redacted thought he was the next Drew McIntyre without, you know, being skinny and Scottish back in the day. But that's not a shot at Drew McIntyre. Honestly, Drew McIntyre should have gotten a lot more opportunities back when he first showed up in WWF or WWE. But, you know, as I was listening to, who was it? Bully Ray the other day. Bully Ray and Dave LaGreca on Busted Open. You know, they were pointing out certain things in regards to opening old doors. And I'm not saying old doors as in, oh, hey, we're going to bring this. It's going back in the book and kind of going, okay, can we make this new? So, I mean, we can probably run the Vision storyline a while, but they're going to have to get better on the ability to balance out wins and losses if they're really going to look this dominant on TV.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I agree with the Haas. So let's give a Balor and Punk.
Okay, so Doug says here, I'm just afraid Balor loses and gets pushed aside again, only because of the timing of the story. I really think Finn should get a meaningful run with the title. I also agree. I really don't see the point in this match. We know Punk is going to win. Finn Balor is not winning, no matter how much you push and sell it to us and get us into the hype and everything. Finn Balor is not winning. So this match is honestly meaningless for Balor to lose again. And if someone shared one time, I believe it was Stampede, that he's lost like 20 something matches or something like that.
He's only won 2 like singles matches in
and it's
in a while.
And for him and he even getting a title shot right now, it's shocking after he already lost again a couple weeks ago. So
you know what WWE could have done, Aaron? You know what WWE could have done?
What was that?
Back when they were in Dublin. Back in there when they were in Dublin. You know, Punk has the rematch in the back pocket.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Finn wins the title, goes through Rumble as the champion. You know, Punk cashes in his rematch clause at Elimination Chamber. Oh, yeah. And then boom. Okay, now you still have Roman.
Yeah, but you
Punk.
get Finn a 2 week or a month title run.
Well, I mean, Roman's a part timer. So after WrestleMania and Punk beating Roman, because that
Roman's not.
honestly,
If Roman wins the title, I honestly don't see him dropping the title back. He's
I
going to hold it.
here's the thing. WrestleMania is sponsored by what this year? WWE 2K26 and
Oh yeah.
obviously Snickers.
Snicker.
As has been their title sponsor for
A long time.
yeah. I mean, I think it was their title
Yeah,
sponsor.
but just because Punk's the cover of it doesn't mean.
You kill the.
Because look at last year's Roman. Did he win? No. Seth Rollins won.
Yeah, but Roman doesn't need to win to sell. Roman by
I'm not
just
saying
showing
that.
up puts butts in seats. Roman's face
True.
puts butts in seats.
True. CM Punk
I mean,
does it well.
I mean, CM Punk. CM Punk was more a product of himself, putting himself in that position versus Roman, as to where Roman had more of the machine, more of the legacy previous to WWE, but he was in Hawaii. And do you really shirk on the idea of making the Samoan bloodline dynasty, whatever you want to call them, any less? I mean, Roman could lose.
We're getting a bloodline rerun after.
I could see.
The Usos, World Tag Team Champions. Roman was the title, and then who's the SmackDown Tag Team Champions right now? The MFTs. I'm not saying that they're part of the bloodline anymore, but just if you look at if you look at what I'm thinking is taking place, that we're getting a bloodline rerun on Raw. It was on SmackDown before, now we're getting it on Raw. Which
we're getting a mini version because with Sammy over on SmackDown and Sammy probably teasing a heel turn or some unbalanced tweener role on SmackDown because of these losses to Drew McIntyre.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Now with Doug, I'm going to go with what Doug is thinking here. With Punk, if you had booked it one way, have Finn cash his rematch in post WrestleMania. I wouldn't say Backlash though.
No.
Where
I would say Money in the Bank.
Exactly. Thank you for reading my mind.
But Money in the Bank though is in late August this year. It's not July or June like it usually is. So you really want to extend it? I say what this could. I don't know. I would hate to see a Finn rematch again at Backlash, considering he's lost so many times. I would like to see him on a chase for the title, winning, breaking off from the Judgment Day. He sees Judgment Day as this curse.
I would still keep Finn as a heel.
I would say, I agree. I would say keep him as a heel, but bring him back as the Balor Club. Well, I don't know. If you bring him back as Balor Club, this is why. Okay, so I'll take that back. I disagree. I would say bring him back as the face, and here's why. When you saw him at Dublin with the old school OG NXT Black and Gold entrance, we'll look at the crowd. Does Raw have a solid baby face on there? I mean, besides Punk, does Raw have a solid baby face of the show like SmackDown does with Cody? No. I would say change him baby face. He leaves Judgment Day. He sees him as his curse. Maybe he has like one off with the Judgment Day. Maybe get a work his way up to Intercontinental title shot against Dominic Mysterio at Mania and wins the Intercontinental title. Maybe have him do that. Go on a win streak and a chase that could lead up to Money in the Bank. He wins some qualifying matches to get in, a qualifying match to get in, and then he wins Money in the Bank, cashes it in at SummerSlam, and then after SummerSlam, we get the Finn Balor World Title run after that, because I want to see him pushed as a I want to see him pushed, as a winner. I don't want to see him with this many losses and so little wins, and he gets a title shot. No, I
Yeah.
don't want to see that. I want to see him as built up as a solid baby face for Raw. Bring back that OG entrance, Balor Club, and rock with that, and he could be the top baby face on Raw like Cody is on SmackDown. CM Punk's kind of like an in-betweener. He's not really. I mean, the crowd is behind Punk. He has the babyface deal, but I mean, he can do some heel stuff at any moment. So Punk, I would say he's really like an in-betweener. He's not like a heel, he's not a babyface. He's kind of like that Stone Cold. He does what he does.
Yeah.
Roman, I mean, it appears Roman is trying to be portrayed as the heel here, but the crowd cheering him.
Roman, I think, has earned enough respect. You're getting two tweeners. Mm-hmm. You're getting two tweeners at WrestleMania. One can vibe off the heel heat and the babyface heat, and then transfer it within the next moment.
Right. I can see
it's
that.
like Rock and Austin back in 2001. Is both of them could be the heel of the moment. Both of them can be the babyface in that moment. Of course, the match at 17. Austin ended up being the heel.
Mm-hmm.
But here's the thing. This is where I think this match then goes. If the alleged run-ins that we're going to get in Chicago of Dom potentially costing Balor the match, and potentially, this is where WWE and other company booking gets a little wonky.
Mm-hmm.
You got to win by pinfall or submission. Well, in championship matches in the last couple of years, whether it's AEW, TNA, WWE, they've kind of been lax on that stipulation with inside, outside, left, right, up, down, left, AB, select, start interference. For the old school guys out there, the contra code of all professional wrestling scripts. Could Finn use the Intercontinental Championship kind of as a option C?
Use it as a stepping stone to the World Heavyweight title.
Well, we did it with Hogan and Warrior, to where you can make the Intercontinental Championship, you can cash it in for that moment, cash it in at the right time.
Title versus title.
Title versus title. That way, you could drop the Intercontinental Championship to a tournament.
Mm-hmm.
You can determine your next workhorse champion through the tournament, which more than likely will be a Javon Evans or a young heel that could do with the Intercontinental Championship on their back. I would say Austin Theory or even Logan Paul.
Logan Paul wouldn't be bad at Intercontinental Champion.
And then, right then and there, okay, Balor wins, Punk takes a kind of a step back. Not saying he would be taking a full step back.
Mm-hmm.
But, it allows Punk to jump into other feuds to put other youngsters over. Yeah, I could kind of see like a Money in the Bank or a SummerSlam where Balor and Punk revisit the match. Balor cashes in the Intercontinental Championship as an option C and says, hey, title for title. And then drops the Intercontinental Championship once he becomes World Heavyweight Champion. That way, those months from SummerSlam to Royal Rumble, now with that tournament, the ID, not ID, with NXT, SmackDown, and Raw, you could potentially find out who your next workhorses are going to be.
Mm-hmm.
That way, I even was thinking in the shower today of ways to make AEW stand out if they were to make Dynamite, Collision, and Ring of Honor separate brand. Well, not necessarily separate brands, but if ROH ever gets a TV show, how they could turn the TNT and TBS titles into television titles for both genders. And then from there, you could turn the national championship on one end. You can bring back the old school U.S. heavyweight championship. The WWE belt doesn't have heavyweight anywhere on there. Okay. AEW, if they're going to be allowed to kind of utilize the old NWA plating for their championships, that would be something I bring back. Because then on the other brand, you could take the Continental, Intercontinental, whatever, the All Atlantic, whatever they were doing with that championship, merge those three into one. Now you have your workhorse titles. AEW can keep their tag team titles, men and women's, and their world champions traveling to both brands. That way it appeases some of those that wish WWE would do the same in regards to their champion being a traveling champion instead of, okay, hey, we got two of each on each brand.
Well, that's how it was in 15. 15 when they brought out the WWE World Heavyweight Championship when it was retired and Brock Lesnar had it. But the problem is Brock Lesnar hardly showed up. So it could have been utilized for that purpose of back and forth, but it didn't. And then when they had the official brand split in 16, that's when they brought the Universal title, and now you had two top world titles.
Well, and that's where the above individual kind of got screwed in the sauce because
they were going
to got injured.
They're going to put the title on him, have a run with it. He got injured, and then after that, nothing.
Exactly.
I think my final thoughts on this, it's a meaningless match. I can see interference. That's probably the best way to go instead of having Finn lose again. Have some interference, Dominic interfere, and that will establish their feud and possibly for the Intercontinental title at WrestleMania. I think that's the best way to go. I like what Haas says here, that Punk holds the world title past SummerSlam. He's going all in on this title reign because he will be going part-time next year. Possibility. I could see that happening as well.
Yeah.
So it would be really I wouldn't mind that for one last go around with Punk, but after I would like to see that of them merging the titles. World Heavyweight, WWE World Heavyweight title comes back, and then you have one world champion, and you have a lot more of your top stars go in that storyline going after that title instead of two splitting it. And you're not hurting, and it's really helping AEW in their case because they have eight of their top stars going after this world title right now, and it's great. It brings that competition. It brings that unpredictability of, oh crap, who's going to win this title from MJF?
Well, not only that, but it also adds to the intrigue of who is MJF going to lose to?
Yeah.
Is it going to be Hangman? Is it going to be Swerve? Is it going to be Brody King? Is it going to be Bandito?
I don't think it's going to be Brody King.
Well, I mean,
I think this is another
I don't think Saturday
Balor type Punk match where it's just a little filler match to get us to maybe Revolution.
Yeah.
Right now, it's a filler match to get us to WrestleMania for Balor. The best thing to do with the Brody King thing, I think, and this is just my opinion, what I was thinking about the other day, is have Bandito get involved, not as a heel, but him get involved, try to help Brody King win, and in the end accidentally screws him, which pisses off Brody King, and then he goes after the Ring of Honor title and possibly win the Ring of Honor title off of Bandito, and he becomes Ring of Honor World Champion. I wouldn't mind that.
It's just it's with the way the AEW crowd sometimes is, it's gonna. I get scared when you think certain things because in my head, at least, okay, you could have them both baby faces, but the way the AEW crowd versus a WWE casual / hardcore crowd, depending on who's there, because we know AEW crowds is a little bit more hardcore, true to the game,
Yep.
The best way to put it is Brody, especially with certain geopolitical issues right now, is a huge babyface. I mean, we saw with that chant the other day on AEW. We're
He's a
not going to
baby
repeat
face.
it.
I wouldn't say
Yeah,
huge, but
I mean, he's been more effective as a babyface. He
yeah.
gets more love from the crowd as a babyface than he did as a heel with the Hounds of Hell, part of
Yeah.
the House of Black.
But
So,
if Bandito interferes and accidentally costs him the title, then he could face him for that Ring of Honor title.
agreed. I
So,
mean,
and he could be Ring of Honor World Champion. There's nothing wrong with that.
honestly, Brody King is. I think the one thing that has always irked me about Tony Khan's booking, where Tony Khan signing this person, that person, and same thing with WWE, is okay. You sign this free agent. Now, what do you do with them? And it that crowd, yeah, they love MJF, but Australia, Canada, other places are a different monster when it comes to who they like. So what if, because of the Grand Slam this weekend, if that were to happen, Bandito costing Brody the match,
Mm-hmm.
you don't know, and Bandito is a big baby face himself. Do you hurt yourself by having Brody lose because you made him win so dominantly 2 weeks prior?
There's going to be interference.
It has to be an interference.
And if he does lose, well, there goes your TK booking. So here's a good match right here. We'll talk more about AEWs later. We're on
okay.
I love this right here with. I really love the segment with Becky Lynch and AJ Lee, especially the opening.
Yeah.
Where CM Punk was walking in, there was AJ sitting on the deal. She hops off, holds his hand, walking down. Becky's on her phone. She looks up and she sees Becky, and her facial reaction, it had me laughing because I was like, man, she was selling it. It was so cool. And that's one of the things I love about Becky Lynch. She is one of the greatest women of all time, in my opinion. And
she's definitely Mount Rushmore talent.
Oh yeah, and I love the promo that they had, especially AJ manipulating Becky and manipulating her into giving her this match. Now, I've seen some of the complaints. She's only won 2 matches over Becky. Why does she get her women's intercontinental title shot? Well, there's your case. She has 2 over Becky. She defeated her, or she caused her to tap at WrestlePalooza and also War Games. So she's 2-0 over Becky. Now she's going to have her first singles match in her home of Chicago. I honestly think AJ Lee's getting the win here. It's going to be the Women's Intercontinental Champion going into WrestleMania.
Yeah, I could see that, but I let me introduce a wrench in the works here, into the gears. I could see where this thing with Natty and Maxine also have a hand during this feud. Natty screws over AJ.
Mm-hmm.
They set it up to where AJ's got to get past Natty.
Mm-hmm.
AJ waits till WrestleMania because remember the last time we saw AJ at WrestleMania, those 2 matches, her and Saraya versus the Bellas, her versus pretty much the whole entire women's roster at WrestleMania 30. Those did not paint that women's division in any way, shape, or form flattering.
Mm-hmm.
And I could sit here and I could tell you, how I feel about the Bellas, and I'm not going to do that.
That's another conversation.
Yeah, because the Bellas are going to be a part of the women's tag team division and running against those championships against Rio. But that's the thing, is How do you book this? Could AJ Lee? I will tip my cap to you if your prediction is correct. But
I just feel like they're setting this up.
I think there is a sub plot here to where we're still going to get AJ Lee wearing the Women's Intercontinental Championship. But I think the right shine, the right moment would be WrestleMania. You know, it would solidify her as being back officially full time, or at least quasi full time. I mean, she's still got responsibilities outside of WWE. So, I mean, and as Corey Graves pointed out the other day, as I was watching something or reading something on X, that Corey Graves, TKO has been really good about their talent getting outside gigs that they're not going to sit there and go, look at. I mean, Corey Graves, his benefits potential future announcers, color commentators, play-by-play guys, even if they never touch a headset in a WWE, AEW, XYZ world. He could take his experience and teach them, hey, this is what got me here. This is what I had to face. Blah, blah, blah. You know, you want Becky is owed a win. But do I think this win is going to come without some nonsense? No. I think you get Becky winning at Elimination Chamber by interference by Natty. Then you get AJ to have to go through Natty to face Lynch again. And Lee goes over at WrestleMania. I'd do it Sunday night. So that way, if you have Punk retaining against Roman Reigns, both at the post show or whatever it is, the Monday Night Raw after WrestleMania, boom. You know, they can parade around with their championships.
Yep. That'd be the couple of WWE with the titles. That's not bad. I wouldn't mind that either. I was just thinking of the hometown crowd movement here, and that's probably what they're selling, you know, to try to give you that give it to you just like they did with Finn Balor a few weeks ago. So we can see, and it might be a triple threat with Natty being involved with Becky Lynch and AJ Lee, or a fatal four-way with Maxine involved for the Women's Intercontinental title, because, you know, someone could take the pin and either Natty, Becky, or AJ, you know, take the pin. So Maxine would be the fall girl in this one. But I wouldn't like that because of her momentum and everything, how it's been going. You just squashed it. So, but
it also keeps 4 women dancing around one championship. I don't disagree with what Haas just said, though.
They just gone over it.
The same thing with you saying. It could go that way, but I honestly think Elimination Chamber, one member of the Brooks family is going to have to lose. Just saying.
Well, if Punk and if Balor ends in a disqualification due to interference, then there you go.
True, but I mean that's what I'm saying. Is one member of the Brooks family is going to have to win, and the other member is going to have to lose.
Mm-hmm. So speaking of Elimination Chamber, we have our 4.
Hometown booking proves my point right there. Hometown booking. Anytime you ever go to a hometown, somebody's got to lose. Anyhow, going back to Elimination Chamber.
So we got Randy Orton qualifying, which I predicted. So my prediction for maybe Cody and Randy at WrestleMania might be a possibility. We had LA Knight who qualified, which was surprising to me. I honestly thought he was going to get screwed out of it due to the Division, and then he had a storyline with the Division going to Elimination Chamber, possibly WrestleMania. I honestly thought Penta was going to win that triple threat match. And then you have Mommy Rhea Ripley. She won it. And Tiffany Stratton, Tiffy time for the ladies' side. So these are the first 2 for the men and women. We got some more qualifying matches coming up this coming week. So we got that coming up here with the men and women. This will be on Raw next week. Okay. We got the Gunther and Javon Evans and Dominic Mysterio go in a triple threat for qualifier. I honestly think Gunther does win this one.
Oh yeah.
And then you have Asuka, Natty, and Bailey. I think Asuka wins this one.
So with these two, with Gunther, I mean, you don't have me going against young Gunther. Here's the Kobayashi Maru when it comes to the women's match.
Mm-hmm.
You're establishing a new version of Natalya.
Yeah.
You're still trying to keep Bailey strong,
Mm-hmm.
and you're trying to keep Asuka a pretty strong heel.
Mm-hmm.
There's no winner in that match. I mean, not saying there won't be, but honestly, with those three, you know they're not going to win the match in Chicago. So,
Say never. Oh, hey.
There you are.
Okay.
Gunther definite. Unless they want to give the win back, or at least help Bailey and Lyra get some back their stock. I'm gonna go with Asuka. I think Kyrie plays a hand in it.
Devin.
Acknowledge me.
That's his deal there. What's up, Devin? Nice of you to join. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Asuka. And I'm gonna go with Gunther, but my dark horse in this match that could possibly win because adding him to the chamber would be bouncy. Javon Evans could also and win this thing due to I don't know, maybe some outside shenanigans with Dragon Lee.
That super OG cutter that he dropped on Bravo. What was it? Bravo, right? It was
Bravo. It was either Tyler Bate or Pete Dunne with the Lucha mask on, whichever it was. But yeah, that.
Devin's got a point.
See?
Way
right
to
there.
pull the. But see, that also
get involved.
filters into my theory about something. You remember that theory I was talking to you about
Austin
last? No. Not that theory. That theory of what Lee and Gunther is leading to.
Rey Mysterio retirement.
A return or resurrection of the phenomenal one.
Oh no, I'm thinking a Rey Mysterio retirement match. That's what I'm thinking.
Honestly,
That's
we can hold that idea off because Ray's even said that it's going to be his son.
Hey,
mask versus. I guarantee it's going to be a mask versus hair match, and Dom's winning.
Hey, Dom's having a title versus hair match for the AAA title against Vikingo, so he might lose his hair then.
Yeah, but bald Vikingo, that would be something.
No. Dom's hair is on the line.
Well, that's what I'm saying is.
It's Dom's hair.
Saying.
Basically, Dom's hair in the AAA title is on the line if Dom loses. If Dom wins, there's nothing except for he keeps his hair in his title and his girl. That's it.
I could see where Haas's,
because Gunther
stays strong, but one of the other two eats the pins. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'll give it to Haas. I think that's a way to look at it. But I think we're setting in Asuka, and then if we're gonna set in, I say we set in Asuka and Javon.
Yeah.
Let's see here. This Friday's.
So we got this one. Friday night SmackDown. We got two qualifying matches here. Cody, Jacob Fatu, Sami Zayn. And then we also got, for the women's side, Alexa Bliss, Julia, and Zelina. And then we also got the WWE Women's Championship on the line, which I don't think Jade Cargill is losing at all. Finally, her first title defense. And then we got the WWE Women's Tag Team titles also on the line, which I also don't think they're losing either.
Right.
So that one's a gimme. But the two qualifying matches with the triple threat, the men, I got Sami Zayn, and here's why.
I was actually going to say something to that effect, but
I got
I'm gonna let
Sami
you go
Zayn
ahead.
because, and just to kind of help our theory or help us out here, Bravo, it was the blue one. I think that's Tyler. Yeah, that's Tyler Bates with
Okay.
Lucha Mescal. The red one's Pete Dunne with the Lucha Mescal. Anyhow, so back to the qualifying match. I think it's Sami Zayn, and here's why. I think Cody and Jacob, their heated rivalry and everything is going to play out in this match to where it costs them this match, where Sami Zayn gets the quick roll-up pin, or Cody or Jacob hits the finisher, and Sami comes in to push them out of the way and gets the pin, and he gets the steal here. And you got Cody and Jacob. Of course, they probably brawl afterwards or something. Maybe Drew McIntyre gets involved. How about that? Drew McIntyre gets involved and costs either Cody or Jacob, or both.
There's a lot of bombs you could.
And
or
if
grenades
that
you could
happens,
throw into
we're
that match.
guaranteed getting a triple threat at Elimination Chamber for the WWE Championship. I think it's going to happen there, and then Cody wins it back. Cody wins the title.
Like I said, I think there's a lot of grenades you can throw into that match to where the winner might not be the most popular coming out of the match.
He is with me.
Well, I mean, I'm not saying anything against Sammy, but yeah,
I thought you were talking about Cody.
They're going to want Jacob. They're going to want Cody. Honestly, I'm in agreement with you. I think somehow Sammy hits the hula kick right at the right moment, and that's how we get the finish. But not to overlook Drew. The same thing with the women's match. You got Zelina, Alexa, and Julia.
I have, honestly, Alexa Bliss in this one.
I'm going to go with Julia. I have a weird feeling that kind of like Zarya and Sol Ruka right now on NXT, we're walking that path to where Alexa and Charlotte in this end is the baby face and Alexa is the heel. I could see Alexa losing because Kiana James gets involved.
Maybe.
And the funny part about it is off screen, Kiana James and Charlotte Flair are really good friends. Alexa and Charlotte, allies of convenience.
This ain't unreal now.
I couldn't find anything matching that title. Would you like to try a different search?
I thought you had heard them cracking. I was like, whoa, bro.
So it happened to The Undertaker the other day. I guess we're all doomed to get hit by that one over there.
Oh, it happened to Taker?
Yeah, well, it happened to Taker with his phone. I think it was Siri.
Oh,
during the Cody Rhodes.
I must have missed that.
Oh, it was the Cody Rhodes. What do you want to talk about?
Oh, I haven't watched that one yet. I'm going to watch that though.
Yeah, that
I watched the
Siri decided to interrupt the process.
Stream of consciousness there, Christopher. You went from wrestling to Siri to Cody Rhodes in record time. My circuits are still catching up.
Siri is on Cody Rhodes
I'm all
right now.
ears, metaphorically speaking, of course.
Unlock your iPhone
Whoa,
first.
hey, whoa, now get over here and stop it. Siri's taking over the podcast. Oh, gosh. Oh, Doug says I got Julia, but Alexa is my pick. I like Julia, but Alexa is my pick. Oh, snap. What happened to you?
Somewhere. Oh, there I am.
What the heck happened? Siri is like taking over this podcast.
I think we're getting AI'd here. This segment talking about unfiltered wrestling has been brought to you by AI. AI. Eventually, Skynet's taking over, and we're all going to be controlled by robots.
Yeah, we're going to have Terminator. Anyhow, yep. My final pick, I got Sami Zayn with Cody and Jacob. Cody and Jacob cost him one of another the match by one of them hitting the finisher, and then Sami gets the last second pin, and then I got Alexa Bliss.
I could see Jordan Grace winning.
What?
Yeah.
I got Jade.
Yeah, I think Jordan Grace might end up shocking the world.
Or
I mean, don't throw her into a title match this early unless they got plans.
Yeah, we've seen that before. But what if we get the EST getting involved?
That's if her hand is 100. I mean, she's been out a year with one finger not being able to
Jade
bend
and
or something.
Bianca doesn't need a title.
It doesn't need a championship.
So,
Now,
I don't
as
know.
far as the women's tag titles,
Oh,
we already know it's Rio.
Oh yeah, the AI revolution begins. Stop talking about AI. It'd be like Joe Hendry. You mention it, and it appears.
Look! If Amazon wants to take over our podcast, they need to start paying us some royalties. I mean,
oh yeah.
Now
we're done with WWE. Those are WWE thoughts in this week. Now we're on to All
Dynamite.
Elite Wrestling tonight. We got a pretty good card so far, and this is all that's announced so far. I'm pretty sure right now as we speak, Tony Khan's announcing the rest of the card. So we got Ciampa and Fletcher TNT title match. We got the three-way number one contenders match with a mystery wildcard tag team. We got the strap match between Statlander and Tekla, however you say it.
Yeah.
And then we got
Tekla.
the face-to-face interview with Kenny Omega and Swerve Strickland. So the TNT title match, I have this going to no contest due to possibly some interference.
I agree.
That's why
I need you to stop reading my mind.
AI man.
Seriously.
Siri told me. Stop it.
That.
The three-way number one contenders. We already kind of talked about this a little bit. This is Ontario, California, right? Yeah, this is Ontario.
So it's the hometown of the Bucks.
So the wild card tag team here. I'm still going with possibly Private Party or the Acclaim. Sorry,
I remember I pointed out the Acclaim the other day.
I know I was Private Party at first, but after you mentioned it, I'm going with the Acclaim, possibly CNC, Copeland and Christian, possibly.
Yeah. Now the funny part is you bring this
if they win this, they can get their tag team title match.
Now you brought this up the other day. Now it would be great if it's Christian and Cage heading into. But I've said a lot of things too. But
I stir the pot.
It was interesting that we brought up Private Party the other day.
I didn't think of that. Tony Khan's big on that one.
I mean, it is a good finish if you want to keep both strong. So I mean, it can't hurt to go to a time limit draw. As far as the tag team match, it was funny. We brought up Private Party the other day, and Stampede was on here, or somebody was on here saying that we're headed to WWE. Well, come to find out this afternoon, Private Party is still quite connected to AEW, at least I believe until early 27.
Mm-hmm.
I think their contract runs out. I think everybody was jumping the gun as far as Private Party leaving for, like they usually do with AEW talent going WWE and vice versa. Statlander versus Tekla. I don't see Statlander losing. I think to keep her strong as women's world champion, she's got to overcome Tekla, obviously. But there is something said that Tekla, especially with the War Dogs showing up now, Clark Connors and what's his face? Gabe Kidd.
Gabe Kidd.
With the War Dogs starting to show up in AEW, Tekla was a bullet babe in New Japan. So, the Triangle of Terror or Madness or whatever the heck they call themselves, getting into this War Dog group with AEW. And then especially with all the free agent news going on right now with David Finlay, Busta and the Brain.
Who?
Busta and the Brain.
Who's that?
Oh! I think I know who. I mean, maybe he was saying Butcher and Blade, but I mean.
Oh yeah, Butcher and Blade. That would be cool because I missed them. Like what Haas here, Tekla has to go over
Yeah.
status running up, and possibly with the interview she had with Chris Jericho, and hey, Chris Jericho still active
Yeah.
roster on AEW, interviewing AEW talent.
But let's remember, he did Austin's podcast with Austin tied to WWE.
That was a gimme.
So-
That is true, but Jericho's still all elite.
Yeah,
Whether he's going to ride out his contract till it ends, I don't know. But I think there's probably some miscommunication on that contract issue. Or maybe he didn't like what WWE offered. Maybe he was wanting he was wanting his own little retirement run. WWE's like, no, we're going to do this. Kind of like did with Cena. We're going to do this. And there you go. You get your Hall of Fame. And Jericho's like,
I think you're onto something, but let me add my 2 cents to this part. Uh-oh. Aaron disappeared. Oh, there he is.
It's AI, man. I swear. AI.
Yeah.
One sec.
Okay. Anyhow.
I'll deal with that.
I was playing with the mic at the moment.
Jordan Oliver and Alec Pierce. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's not a bad idea.
Not thank them. Newly signed with AEW.
Yeah, but then they
so
just
many teams, man.
But haven't they jobbed here recently?
They could job in this match. You protect Rascals.
True.
Young Bucks get the win.
And that's not to sit there and crap on Oliver and Price. It's just you sign them, you make a big ballyhoo with MJF going, hey, by the way, we're offering you contracts. And then all of a sudden you have them as enhancement talent. I said,
they just got an AEW, so you got to ease them in, bro. You got to ease them in. It would be great to see them win the Ring of Honor tag team titles.
If it isn't Christian and Copeland, and if it isn't the Acclaim, then Private Party would kind of fit into that spot to where they could beat the Rascals, the Bucks. The Bucks wouldn't be hurt by a loss, even though they're not involved in the fall.
Yeah, but if Christian and Kate, Copeland and Christian, my gosh, they do come back and they get this is their last go and they get the AEW tag team titles and right out to the sunset.
I agree with you. I see Tekla. I see Tekla winning.
As much as I want Stat Daddy to win so badly, or Strap Daddy, I should say.
Yeah, Strap Daddy.
I think I see Tekla winning here as well. But you also got to think of Tony Khan's booking, bro. I mean, anytime we think so and so should win, and this is it right here, he pulls the swerve on us, no pun intended.
And this is not me saying that his thing is wishy-washy by any means.
No, but he has a plan, even though we might not think it is a good plan. But in the end, it will pay off.
There's a plan,
There's always Tony Khan. He gets a lot of scrap. Triple H and Tony Khan. I'm going to say this: Triple H and Tony Khan get hated on so much with their booking and everything lately. Like the fans don't get what they want. They suck. This and that. And as soon as fans get what they want, oh, they're so great. Tony Khan's the best. Triple H is the best. Blah blah blah. What did Daniel Bryan say? What are those fans called? It starts with an F.
Hold on. I got it. I got it. Hold on. Fickle. That's right. Fickle. Because even though we might not think it should go down like this, but in the end, there's a story, and in the end, there's a payoff. So Tony Khan may not have Tekla win here. Maybe he will. And if he does, then great. If he don't, then great. We'll see where this goes. A lot of people are saying, let's see, Stat is running out of opponents. I don't think so. So here's something
Alex wins.
Here's something funny to think of.
Stat will win.
Okay. There's two types of professional wrestling fans.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. There's the payoff and the Missouri fan.
Uh-huh.
What do I mean by the Missouri fan? Well, the nickname of the state of Missouri is the Show Me State. So, do you want the Missouri fan or do you want the payoff?
And see here.
I prefer to,
payoff.
Yeah, because even if it does not make sense
Seahawks.
in the short term, in the long term,
Megan Bain could be the payoff at Revolution.
and that's true. But I think Megan Bain is her and Penelope Ford right now are threats to the women's tag titles. So
Yeah,
I mean,
but she can also get in the mix of the women, the women's world championship.
could I mean, introduce chaos
Just
grenade
like
into
Willow
the
Nightingale,
ring.
she's the TBS champion, AEW Women's Tag Team Champion. So,
Yeah,
so the big payoff could be Megan Bain in the end. You might think, oh, she's ran through all her opponents, but yet because we haven't had Statlander and Bain go at it in almost a year now. I think like 1-on-1 anyway, 1-on-1. So maybe this is the payoff. Megan Bain
Doug with
wins
the
and
pearl wisdom over here.
She gets her AEW Women's World Title run.
Yeah.
The future of the company. It's
Yeah,
easy to
Doug-
criticize looking after the fact.
Doug, you're gonna get a 1 for this pearl wisdom you just posted to the chat. Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, it's you know what? I'm glad I'm not a booker.
Because see, like me with the whole Cody and
Yeah.
Randy and triple threat thing. That's how I'm seeing this goes.
Yeah.
If it doesn't go down, then it doesn't go down. If Triple H has another wave where he's going, maybe we do get Drew, Jacob, and Cody at WrestleMania.
Yeah.
And Cody wins it back there. Maybe we do. And if we do, there we go. Do I think we need another triple threat match for world title at WrestleMania? No. But Triple H has that for some reason, then he does.
And here's something else. Go back to what you were just saying. The booking.
Mhm.
What if night 1 of WrestleMania's main event, if it is the world champion WWE championship, isn't a fatal 4-way?
Ooh, add Randy Orton in there.
Because, no. Keep it Drew.
This is true.
Keep it Cody. Keep it Sammy.
Ooh, Sammy.
And Jacob. With Randy on the periphery waiting for backlash.
Okay.
Sammy wins.
Oh.
Okay. Sammy wins.
Okay.
Now, to prove that he's a credible brand holding or brand leading champion, right out the gate at Backlash, you get Randy Orton. And Randy Orton might not beat him, but this is where Randy could turn heel. Randy could beat him within an inch of his life. It shows Sammy's ability to be able to take a beating and keep going, because
And Cody Rhodes comes back as the hero.
and Cody could jump in as a hero as a thank you. Sammy gets Cody next. Then Sammy gets Drew, who, I deserve my rematch. Okay, then you can write that one off. Then you can give somebody like a Jacob or a Solo or trying to think of who else on SmackDown would benefit.
Yeah.
Carmelo Hayes and Ilya Dragunov. That's how you can fit those pieces in.
Yep. Mercedes. There's Mercedes Renee coming back and winning that women's world title.
I mean, Mercedes still has 9 of her 57 championships?
She has right now, I think, 7.
Okay.
7 or 8. Because she lost the TBS title and she lost another title after that. No, before that.
I think she lost the
Alex
Rev
Windsor.
Pro title.
Yeah, to Alex Windsor, and then the TBS title. So she has like 7 or 8, because the Rev Pro one was actually 2 belts in one. So technically, and in my opinion, the Owen Hart Cup tournament belt does not count as a championship belt. So technically, like 7, I would say. So yeah, she still has the 7 belts, but it doesn't mean she won't win her AEW Women's World Title.
I mean,
now I think, yes, I agree. She should drop all of them first, climb the ladder again, and back to that, and it could turn her babyface on top of that.
it would be more appealing to see her humbled and then win.
And the fans will get behind her, and when she gets her win, and they could even have it scheduled at a pay-per-view in Boston, and she gets her win, and boom, because Tony Khan is about them hometown wins. So
See, the reverse the WWE booking.
exactly.
WWE, you
They
got
alternative.
hometown. In AEW, you'll win in your hometown. Maybe.
Maybe. It doesn't always happen. There's times where it doesn't. Darby Allin didn't win in his hometown. There's others that haven't won in their hometown. So it's. But with
Swerve and Kenny.
Swerve and Kenny, I'm thinking this is going to lead us to a 1-on-1 match at Revolution. I don't think it's going to be Grand Slam.
But I also think that there's going to be some chicanery involved. We're going to have the champion and his opponent.
But here's the thing. Is this a 1-on-1 interview backstage or in the middle of the ring?
And it's what? Andrade and Omega or Andrade and Swerve at
I'm sorry.
Grand Slam, right?
Or no, it's Andrade and Hangman. And I was about to say, I love my boy Hangman. But right now, I want Andrade to win, and I want him to win that world title at Revolution. Just saying.
I mean, I don't disagree with you. I picked Hangman the other day, but yeah, I mean, I picked Andrade the other day. Not to spite you, but more of a ride the wave kind of pick. Now, key in all this is remember how we said at the beginning of this today that the 18 different members of the men's roster in AEW all chasing one championship.
Yeah,
you could keep relevant MJF, Brody King, Hangman, Andrade, just in that segment alone. To where okay, now there's the main storyline and the other 57 branches that I apologize for my hands.
So get this. Someone on TikTok said this the other day. I think it was last week. What if, with all these gunning for that world title, Tony Khan is creating his own Elimination Chamber type match? And then that's what the title's going to be on the line is. And I wouldn't say Revolution, but he mentioned All in London or Double or Nothing. Sorry, Double or Nothing.
Like a 6-pack challenge?
Something, but it's Elimination Chamber type match where it's similar to Elimination Chamber. He's going to call it something different probably. Steel cage death match. I don't know.
I mean, WWE had to sue MLW for the trying to take the War Games title or name. So,
and
now it's like Battle Riot or War Chamber.
Technically, the War Games belongs to Cody, and he can decide where it goes. Technically, because it was Dusty invention. But yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like this could be to where we get some shenanigans, and then maybe, just maybe some shenanigans at the Grand Slam main event, and it leads to this big match for the world title at Revolution. Now, I wouldn't say maybe not in a Elimination Chamber type match, but maybe a 6-pack challenge for the world title with Kenny, Swerve, Hangman, Andrade, MJF, and who's the other one missing? I don't know. I'm missing one more.
Brody?
Omega.
Yeah, okay.
Wow, he's right in front of my face. And imagine that. And then you got Ospreay holding back. I think he will be back for All In. I think he will.
You want to give that neck a break? So I would say probably would be do the vignettes, do the return vignettes.
I would say do the vignettes, but he has the Owen Hart Cup tournament coming up. The winner of that faces the world champ at All In. What if we get Will Ospreay in there and he chases that world title in the Owen Hart Cup tournament, wins it, and whoever the champ is, I think whoever the champ is, honestly, I would have loved Kyle Fletcher because of the history of Will Ospreay. That would have been a way better story, in my opinion. But we could do MJF because last time Ospreay and MJF face each other one-on-one, I think, if my memory serves me correctly, was All in London. It wasn't for the title, but it was for the AEW United States title / international title at the time, but this time for the world title.
So go back to what you were just saying about Ospreay. Forbidden Door is what, July this year, correct? They moved All In back to August, correct?
June or July. They moved it back to the original date. The reason why it was so early last year, trying to remember what was so early. Oh,
It was because All In was in July.
Yeah, because All In was in July because that's the only time they could book it in Globe Life Stadium, which is freaking awesome, by the way. Then yeah, so that's why. But now he could have his schedule back.
Yeah.
And I hope he brings a pay-per-view back to Texas. I really do.
Oh, they will. They will. Honestly, I think what AEW does well is and this is, I was part of that crowd in the past that would pick on AEW for the crowd sizes. I would. I'm not going to lie about it. But the fact that a company such as AEW was able to put 27,000 butts and seats in a 50,000 seat stadium, that's still something. WWE's put 50,000. Think about this. WWE night one of SummerSlam was what? 58,000. The next night they sold out. For a company to challenge WWE like that, where they can go into a major athletic stadium, such as Globe Life Field, and be able to put almost over half of on the floor and in the stands a crowd to be able to watch wrestling, that's something. That really says to, yeah, people aren't going to watch TV, which kind of hurts in a sense, because how are you going to know the story of the match before the match takes place? You watch the weekly shows.
Right.
And if you don't watch the weekly shows, how much of that is going to make sense to you if you go, oh, hey, I'm going to pay X amount of this for this seat?
And here's my thing, too. Like some people said that they haven't seen AEW or haven't really watched weekly in a year or so. And then they come back and they're like, well, what the heck is this? Or this is pointless or this or that. It's because you're not actively watching every week. It's like going away from a TV show. Let's say you're watching, let's old school. Let's say you're watching back in the day, Walker, Texas Ranger. You watch first, second season, which I don't know why you would stop, but let's say you did. You did stop at second season. You come back season 4 or 5, and you're like, okay, whoa. I mean, there were some big character changes by then.
Yeah.
You're like, whoa, who's this? Who's that? Wait, I thought his partner was Trevette. I mean, what's going on? Who are these new guys and girls, and then that you're going to be lost because of you didn't watch weekly, and that's how it is with wrestling, not just AEW, but wrestling in general. When you watch WWE every week, you catch up with the stories and what's going on, and then when you do so at AEW, you do the stories and what's going on, where it pays off at the pay-per-views and PLEs, and then it makes more sense.
I think,
or it may not still make sense. I don't know.
I think prior to streaming, that the onus would have been on AEW that if you weren't watching, that you were going to get lost in the sauce. Because at that time, WWE, you had YouTube, blah, 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 XYZ. Now with WWE and AEW and even TNA, and from my understanding, stateside, but I'm not really willing to pay Fox One's price for their app, because that, I don't have to pay ESPN's price for the unlimited plan. Fox One is going to be the stateside home, apparently, long term for AAA.
You can go watch it free on YouTube with Rey Mysterio translating for you.
Exactly.
And all the promos, which I saw.
Who shot JR?
What? What? Okay. Anyhow.
All right. Before your time, Aaron. Before your time. Only the greatest TV storyline in the history of TV storylines.
I'm gonna have to go Google that one. So yeah.
Well played, Doug. Well played.
Man, you just threw us all off. I was trying to remember what we're talking about.
And if you've ever been to Dallas, take a picture in front of the Ewing Oil Building.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, so these I guess right now this is a solid setup as of now. Like I said, as we're talking, I'm sure the next set of matches have been set.
Oh, there he is.
What the heck is going on?
I don't know. You're just hitting
Anyhow.
things, probably. Maybe that, or Hal has decided to take over. Then we're all screwed.
Maybe. So yeah, so AEW Dynamite tonight's going to be a good show.
Right.
I'll be doing a review at some point, maybe tomorrow or tomorrow night. I got some guests coming, so they're going to invade my podcast room, so I might not be able to. But yeah, it was a great show, or it's going to be a great show, I think, and we'll see what happens. And to kind of cap us all off here, at the end of the night, I wanted to talk about a little something.
Yeah.
This was reported on WrestleNomics. Now I got WrestlePierce reporting for WrestleNomics here. That was the only tweet I could find at the moment. So WrestlePierce posted that TNA last week had 241,000 viewers. The week before they had 201. The week before that they had 171, I think it was, and then the debut show was 173. To see this with TNA. And I'm not saying this to take any shots at AEW. I'm not saying that at all. But to see this growth with TNA at 241,000 viewers, going from roughly between 80 to 100,000. Many people mocking TNA, AEW sickos, and saying that mocking them, and they're not going to. It's not going to succeed. Blah blah blah. Well, here it is, 241,000. And then we got tomorrow night's Impact. We'll see how that goes. And then you got No Surrender going in this weekend. Now, the viewership's going up. Fan attendance is the next thing to work on. And then the pay-per-view buyouts. If they can get all that straightened out, we got a solid third competitor here between WWE and AEW. Yes, TNA is in a partnership with WWE. They're not owned. They're in a partnership.
Strategic partnership with
Yes.
WWE.
Does not mean that they are owned by WWE. Does not mean that they're going to sell to WWE. They are riding the WWE coattails to try to elevate their game and to get better. Especially if they're hurting financially, smart business move. Smart business move. Not only that, you get to get some shared talent on your roster, kind of like Territory Days used to do back in the day. Another plus, because you get some stars on your roster to get fans over to the show to say, hey, well, freaking Trick Williams is going to be on TNA. Maybe I want to tune in and watch. And then you see all the other talent. Showing up. And wrestling, you become a fan of Trey McGill. You become a fan of The Righteous. You become Mike Santana, etc. The list goes on. Bear Bronson. Shout out to Opinion City Podcast. Go check out their interview with Bear Bronson today on Sunday. So with that being said, I'm happy for TNA, and because I've been pretty much a lifelong TNA fan for 20 years. And I've seen him through the highs and the lows, especially the lows.
We've all been through the Bischoff Hogan era.
Well, not just that. I mean, the Global Force era, after the Global Force era, the Impact era.
I'm not going to shit on Jeff Jarrett. And hey, I just added $1 to the swear jar. I'm not going to.
Yes, you did.
I'm not going to turn.
That's right, Doug.
So we'll explain the swear jar here in a second.
I think they're the best on cable. Every show has been very good. Hey, Hall says it's the best wrestling show on cable.
I think after Genesis, or the IAG, Impact After Genesis. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
When we got the SH, okay, I'll just say it. Shit show. That's another $1.
Another $1. Hey, get some strikes.
But to go on with this, you got the baby steps out of the way with the premiere. Since Genesis,
which the premiere, how it was good, but how lackluster it was, I was concerned after that. I was really concerned about the ratings and it dropped a couple thousand, went to 171.
Well, it was 2,000. And
then the next week it went up to 201,000 because of that next one that they did. The second episode, they really balled out and they did way better than they did in the premiere episode.
Well, it kind of helps when you change up the system a little bit. Get it? Change up the system. And then you've got Ash back. You got Ashby Elegance back.
Yeah.
She's cleared.
Mhm.
They're teasing Macklin and Santana after No Surrender, which is not a bad thing because guess what? That just means Steve Macklin still got time on his contract.
Maybe.
So, or
Maybe.
he's doing a handshake deal. Who knows?
Maybe.
If you get a chance to, from an Air Force brother to a Marine brother, Steve Macklin and Deonna Purrazzo's Boots to Boots podcast is really good, really interesting. They provide for the Tunnel to Towers Foundation, which is it helps the survivors, it helps the first responders. It also allows for education and such, scholarships. They participate, I think, every year in climbing the 1,776 feet, the stairwells there at One Trade Center or One Freedom Center, or whatever they call it now. But the thing about it is with that podcast, they talked about recently, and I was kind of paying attention to it on the Twitter machine before we got on today. They talk about recently in a podcast the most challenging moments of their lives currently, to where Deonna does talk about her frustration in regards to her booking. I mean, honestly, I have been a Deonna Purrazzo. I've been a Virtuosa fan long before she was even sniffed by NXT. Back when she was Ring of Honor and the Women of Honor.
Mm-hmm.
So, and you know, people that also came from that, aka Roxy or Roxanne Perez. People kind of people don't get that wrestling. The people that are on the screen, putting their bodies on the line, slapping and plastic mats and the pine wood under them, are human beings. So if you get a chance to listen to them, get to hear them, it's a really good podcast. Going back to what we were talking about as far as the ratings, though, that's a steady climb. That is them putting out promotion, them putting out good shows, and what the end result is now 241,000 people. Now,
who knows what it'll be tomorrow night?
Collision. Here's the problem that people are like, oh, nobody watches Collision. Well, here's the thing. During much of the year, okay, what do people do? They either go out for dinner, so they're not going to be home for Collision. They watch UFC or UFC fight nights while trying to, so they'll DVR Collision. So yeah, Collision's not.
And I hate the term "nobody watches" because it's so ridiculous statement. Being, oh, nobody watches that. Well, yeah, about 400,000 people watched it. So you saying that nobody watches is a ridiculous statement.
Yeah, exactly.
For people to say, "Oh, nobody watches TNA," yeah, well, we got 241,000 right now.
Here's so that thing.
With that statement, it irritates me because it's like you're taking a jab for no reason. Just because you don't watch it doesn't mean nobody watches. Because
people are going to take shit on. There's $3. People are going to crap on AEW because hey, they're on a Saturday up against UFC. Hey, they're up against college football. Hey, they're against the WWE PLE. Honestly, if I was Tony Khan, move Collision to the 9 to 11 hour. That way, people that want to watch go from WWE to Collision or from SmackDown to Collision. Okay, you get 5 hours of wrestling right there.
Yeah, but here's the thing. Not a lot of people are up that late. Or if they are, they're hanging out somewhere because it's also Friday night.
Well, yeah, and college, sports, going out. that, like you said,
Honestly, I wouldn't mind a Saturday afternoon or Saturday morning show,
that
like old school.
you know what,
That if you
that is
really
not
want
a
to
bad
get old
idea.
school, if you really want to
Or-
get old school, go to Saturday morning or Saturday afternoon, and that way the only time it would really hurt you is during college football season.
You know where. Well, yeah, that's true.
Like it
But
would
you know
really
where
hurt.
I would do if I was Tony Khan, I would go back to doing kind of. I mean, I don't even know if they do it by the fifth of the hour anymore. But you know, if you really want to harken back to the NWA WCW days, 6:05 on TBS, you get Collision. Move Dynamite to TNT because they don't have basketball anymore, and you can easily move hockey to Thursday. You know, considering TNT Sports is in kind of their own flux and limbo. Bring back Saturday, early Saturday evening. 5:05 Central Time. By 7, you're walking out the door to go to the club or to dinner, but you're able to watch those 2 hours of wrestling.
I like Wednesday night staying with Dynamite. The Collision.
Oh, I mean, I'd stay with Dynamite, but Collision, you can move Collision to Saturday night, but switch the networks.
Well, maybe.
That way you could turn Collision.
I would say keep it on the same networks, but move it to what you said, the 5 o'clock hour Central Time.
Mm-hmm.
And it ends at 7. That way, WWE does have a PLE that night. It's not going to intervene on theirs. That way,
It's barely even touching theirs, yeah.
Because nobody, I would say, there I go with that. Hardly anybody would watch the pre-show WWE deal. Maybe some do, but I'm not going to sit there watching 2 hours of talking before the wrestling show.
But the 3 to 5 minute overrun going from TV to PLE isn't going to hurt anybody.
You could do that from 5 to 7 to the only issue is if WWE does it to 6 o'clock Central Time, which would interfere with that last hour of Collision.
Mm-hmm.
But I honestly would say just go back to the old school of Saturday morning or Saturday afternoon, even if it is taped. There you go. That way you can still watch it, especially during football season or off season, non-college football season. You can do it afternoon time when college football kicks off. Do it in the morning time before college football happens.
So we live in a world where we don't have.
That way you can watch that Saturday morning Collision. Sunday night Collision, it does, but then again, Sunday night football, when that happens, that's going to interfere.
Yeah, but it's only seasonal.
When you have your big Sunday night baseball games, that could interfere.
Yeah,
even your basketball and hockey. That could
NBC,
more so baseball.
I believe NBC owns the rights to Sunday night baseball now. So,
but still,
I can see where you're.
I think it's ESPN.
No, ESPN lost it. I think they're doing more.
Okay, well that's good for me.
I think ESPN's doing more by game now than it was game of the week. I think NBC has game of the week rights now.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's what they're doing is allowing NBC to have the Sunday night games. So yeah, it just depends on
I mean, honestly,
it
does. Honestly, with Collision, it's hard because especially when you have it on a Saturday. Like I said, Saturday morning or afternoon isn't a bad slot because you can do Saturday afternoon when it's non-college football season. When college football season hits, you can do Saturday morning. Even with March Madness, you can do Saturday morning before all the games kick off. You can do it around 9 to 11 because that's when you have the game days on and all that stuff. Waiting for the games to start. Hey, I could turn on wrestling.
Yeah.
Saturday Collision. I mean, Collision is not going to see a humongous spike. I mean, they did when Ciampa won the title, but after that, it's going to be around that 400,000 mark because a lot of people are not going to watch Collision. Your wrestling fans like me, I'm I'm going to tune in to watch because I'm a wrestling fan. Your casual fans, they're not, because they're going to go along with the casual trend or pop culture trend or whatever. They're not. They're just going to stick to their mainstream of Dynamite, Raw, or SmackDown or whatever.
Well, with Wednesdays, you're running into the fact that Wednesday, broadcast wise, you've got the Chicago's
Mm-hmm.
on NBC. You've
Mhm.
got NBA games.
Mm-hmm.
They usually big NBA games that intersect Wednesday on ESPN.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's all about the minutia of how do we segment this and promote it,
Mm-hmm.
advertise, and then make it happen. Could I see a Saturday morning show? Yeah, but it wouldn't hurt to do a Sunday evening late evening church, Sunday Night Heat style
I
clip.
wouldn't mind. I don't think Sunday Night Heat had that big ratings. Probably the same amount. Maybe TNA's
were-
right now, or maybe even less. But you also got to think of people who go to church. You also got to think of again, Sunday Night Football takes back up, baseball even.
I mean, Sunday Night Heat, back when we had halftime heat for the empty arena match between Foley and Rock,
Mhm.
I think they tapped out at like 6 million viewers on that one.
Yeah, but that was during the Super
But
Bowl.
I don't think they were ever above.
That was during the Super Bowl.
But
that was a halftime.
But what I'm saying, but what I'm getting
that
at
is why that got.
But what I'm getting at is long term for the length of Sunday Night Heat. I don't think they ever saw above 3 million people view the show.
That's the $1 million question.
Yeah.
Ratings are on AEW or fans. That's the $1 million question. Honestly, it could go both ways. Like, what's how much wrestling we get during the week? Maybe fans don't want to watch every night, so Saturday night's their break time. Let's go hang out. Let's watch the fight, or let's go watch baseball or basketball or football, or hey, let's just hang out, have family time or something.
Here's the thing: is that
so
compared to back then, the TBSs and the TNTs and the USA back in the late '90s and early 2000s, as far as WWE, WCW, ECW. There wasn't as much in the way of channels. Usually USA and TNT and most cable companies were literally one channel in front of the other.
Yeah.
So you could switch back and forth. I mean, we had enter name cable company when I lived on Fort Hood. Then, Time Warner and Spectrum. I mean, I've cut the cord since then, but I mean, back in the day, it was a matter of how many channels you had. So most packages didn't go above 100.
Well, I'm just saying, like, as far as ratings here, the question of AEW or fans, because AEW they got some great matches on Collision. They got some great matches that go on Collision. I mean, you had last week's Collision had some great matches. You had, and this coming up is the Grand Slam Collision episode, but Collision has some solid matches on it.
Yeah.
But again, it goes back to for a wrestling fan like myself, I'm watching wrestling more than probably anybody. I won't say more than anybody, but I'm more than most people probably around with others, because I just love watching wrestling. That's my thing. Well, I could tune into a baseball, football, or basketball game, sure, but I'm more so watching. If the Super Bowl and WrestleMania aired on the same night, I'm watching WrestleMania. I don't care if my football. I don't care. I don't even care if the Dallas Cowboys in the Super Bowl. I'm watching WrestleMania.
Well, thank God they never intersect.
That's how much I love wrestling. Because
and I get that.
I am a huge wrestling fan. If if WrestleMania goes on the same night as Super Bowl, which will never happen, and the Dallas Cowboys in the next 2 to 5 years makes the Super Bowl, I'll see the final score. If they win, awesome. If they don't, well, hey, I missed out on them losing. I'm enjoying WrestleMania because I'm a wrestling fan. So for Collision, I'm tuning in to watch. For others that are the casual viewers that mainly tune into your mainstream, like mainly Raw, Dynamite, or SmackDown, you got a few others that'll check in with NXT and TNA. But with that being said, it's kind of like the UFL right now. The UFL, after the NFL ends, fans are kind of checked out. All right, let's take a break from football. Okay, you might have some that are big football fans. Like they love football, they're going to tune into UFL. Hey, it's more football, arena football. They're going to tune into more football. So when it comes to some like wrestling fans, yeah, we're going to tune into Collision, or we're going to tune into AAA, or we're going to tune
there's
into
nothing on. We'll watch this. Yeah.
or we'll tune into MLW, or we'll tune into GCW. GCW.
It's an embarrassment of riches as far as professional wrestling is now.
But
to where we have options
for Collision to at least still get around 400K viewers, I mean, it's still not bad.
No,
and that's the thing where, like, I'm praising TNA right now because I'm loving the success that they're having, especially with a lot of people that were mocking them and putting them down, and it's like, no, they're not going to make it. I'm not using this as a measuring stick at all. I'm saying this is because, and that's the only reason I mainly will talk about ratings is, oh yeah, well, this is doing great. Mm-hmm. Now, a lot of people have asked me, why don't I do WWE? Well, we know WWE is going to get 1 million to 3 million viewers. So, but when you see success from the littler companies such as AEW or TNA or MLW, whatever.
Raw had 3.1 million on Monday. Yeah, so,
they hit 3.1 million. That's great. That is
1.446 million on SmackDown. 2 weeks prior,
that is great for
SmackDown. It was what the first time since,
especially since they dropped
holiday era, 990,000. I mean, that's the thing is we talk ratings and we Cody said it best on Friday when he was bringing back Raheem. The dick measuring contest. Oh, my ratings are better, so my dick is longer. I'm sorry. These people who are putting their body, their body, these people that are putting their bodies in the ring, if people are watching them, guess what? That means they're getting paid. That means they have a living, which means, hey, somebody's watching them. And if one brand new fan or one never seen wrestling before catches on to, okay, hey, I've been to a WWE show, they were good. Or I've been to an AEW show, they're really good. Or TNA, vice versa, X, Y, and Z. What people need to understand is that the business has never been broader than it has been.
Oh, man. Lost him. Goodness.
But the business has not been more broader than it is right now. You're going to get your hardcore fans, which are going to tune to every show. That's guaranteed. Like Devin and Haas are talking about here.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're going to have your hardcore AEW fans tune in. Your hardcore, I would say hardcore AEW fans and wrestling fans. I wouldn't just say AEW fans.
Why?
I would say your hardcore wrestling and AEW fans, because they're going to tune in and they're going to watch because they either love AEW that much or they love wrestling that much.
Well, here's something for Devin, and this is to answer his question. Tony Khan recently announced a deal that's starting in April, I think, with lucha masks that are going to be for all 32 NFL teams.
WWE has the titles. Tony Khan's like, reversal, lucha mask.
All right, so they got the championships. We got the lucha masks. Hey, cross branding between both companies within the NFL or college football or X, Y, and Z here. Now, going to the casual thing. AEW doesn't necessarily always lean on their celebrity involvement. That's where a lot of times WWE and TKO succeed, is because they get a lot of crossover, whether it's PBR, UFC, Stranger Things recently. even though they didn't have a single cast member from Stranger Things even show up for that Raw or that themed Raw. You know,
It's because they're probably not wrestling fans.
WWE with the college football, with the sponsorship of the championship belt at the Big 12 championship game. These are things. That's how WWE gets into. WWE is sponsoring a real sport.
But the thing is, WWE took that, so AEW. I mean, I would imagine college and NFL could do it.
But that's how you. This is how you bleed over your company into those things. Minor league baseball. Back in the day, WWE, NWA did theme nights with minor league and major league baseball teams.
Slamboree.
Yeah.
Have a good one, Doug.
But yeah, no, I mean, there's a way to attract a fan to AEW the same way they attract fans to WWE, NXT, SmackDown, Raw. And that's bleeding over as much cross-promotional business so that way, oh, hey, we air on 7 o'clock on Wednesday night. And
well, AEW had a Super Bowl ad.
Yeah.
They had an ad during the Super Bowl. All those million viewers watching, they're like, oh, wait, there's another wrestling company out there besides WWE.
Well, I mean, 127 million watched Bad Bunny at the Super Bowl this weekend. So I mean, that's 127 million people watch it.
Saw that ad.
Well, 127 million houses. That's not to sit there and say that how many actual people saw it, but 127 million houses were tuned into the Super Bowl. Think about this. Every year, over 1 billion people internationally watch the commercials, watch the game. Remember when WWE did the halftime commercial for the Attitude Era?
Mm-hmm.
It was viewed by over 100 million people worldwide.
And it drew people in.
And WWE shortly after that went public. And now WWE is a $45 billion conglomerate with UFC. So that, that's the thing is if you get Ring of Honor out from behind Honor Club, put it on HBO Max while they still have the time with HBO Max between whatever.
I say just go ahead and put it on your next spot, Prime or Paramount, whichever you decide, because you don't put it on HBO Max where it gets lost in the shuffle
But don't put it behind a paywall.
Soon, but
put the pay-per-views behind a paywall. Put your shows.
I mean, it's only $10 a month, just like TNA Plus.
Well, no,
I like watching TNA on TNA Plus than AMC because on TNA Plus during commercial breaks, I'm still watching the wrestling match like it's a VPN.
Yeah,
if it's live. If it's not live, I'm getting an old school TNA match during a commercial break. So I'm watching.
That's what I'm saying. If you go with,
I don't mind that.
If you go with Ring of Honor on an Amazon Prime or an HBO Max, while Paramount and Netflix are duking it out, you can expand everybody's knowledge. Put all the old Ring of Honor pay-per-views that Tony Khan has rights the library to. To include your Samoa Joes, CM Punks, Bryan Danielsons, Nigel McGuinness, X, Y, and Z, even Danhausen before Danhausen just became a gimmick. And that's not even the shit on Danhausen. That's $4. Anyhow, biggest point here is you want to maximize your minute. We talk about maximizing minutes in regards to promos and matches with talent, regardless of the company. That's how these companies should maximize their minutes. Is putting as much exposure in as many avenues as you possibly can put. Like I said, Ring of Honor being behind the Honor Club paywall does not help Ring of Honor. Ring of Honor could be as stout as NXT if they were able to be seen and not having to pay $9.99 or $12.99 or X, Y, and Z 99 a month. I mean, Amazon, I pay yearly for Amazon. I pay the $150, $160 fine with it. Doesn't hurt my feelings. Okay. But leave your TV free. Allow your pay-per-views.
Either way, you're paying.
I mean, yeah, allow your pay-per-views to be paid for, obviously. But
The thing with Ring of Honor pay-per-views, you don't get paid for them. They're going to air them on YouTube or the Honor Club.
well, yeah, I mean, you can go to Honor Club, but here's the thing: if you took those Ring of Honor pay-per-views, added them to HBO Max for the time being,
Maybe.
and then okay, oh shit, this is the history of that's $5. The history of Ring of Honor, and go, oh wow, all these guys participated in Ring of Honor, to where you could see the Briscoe matches, so that way people know who the Briscoe brothers is, and we're not talking about Jerry and Gerald here, or no, anyhow, the old school Briscoe brothers, not the new, not Mark and Jay. Point being is, I mean, yeah, I'm thinking from the broader perspective of wanting everybody to be able to see something instead of kind of having to dig through stuff. That's why, with New Japan, not everybody's going to pay for New Japan World just to watch New Japan. They're going to wait, like you said, for YouTube, or if they eventually get a rights deal to where their library is
paying the $10. I mean, yeah, it does add up. And if I need to cut it at any point because of finances, I will. I'll just keep my main ones I do watch. But I tune in New Japan every now and then. Ring of Honor, I tune in as well every now and then. Especially now that Sting's son is wrestling on there. I want to tune in a little bit more.
Yeah.
But and I get your point. It's just it's not that big yet, and that's why right now putting it on there as what you're talking about, it would honestly, Tony would lose more than he gained, and that's why he hasn't done it yet. But I mean, if you're not already getting the viewers now, and just like I stated earlier, and we'll have to wrap this up. My son's waking up.
Yep.
But just like I stated earlier, real quick, a lot of people check out when it comes to wrestling because they get so much of it. So some people check out, they're going to go watch something else. They go watch football or go spend time with the family or something. They're not going to spend time watching wrestling again, especially if it's not the casual viewer catching their eye. As far as a mainstream wrestling show or mainstream superstars.
Yeah.
Although I like supporting the little guy too. And there's some great talent out there in these Ring of Honor and MLW and GCW and TNA even. I mean, there's some great stars that we can get behind and support instead of just supporting the mainstream guys. So that's why
AEW.
As for me as a wrestling, but heck, I go to independent shows and spend $10-$15 because especially if a couple of them are my friends, I'm going there to support them because they're doing this because they love it, and the only way they make any kind of profit or money out of it or get any kind of support out of it is if we, the fans, show up. But if we don't, because it's not a Roman Reigns or it's not a John Moxley or it's not a Kenny Omega or Cody Rhodes, then that's when, these little guys are trying to make it. They suffer because you're not catching the quote unquote casual viewer. They're getting the wrestling fans because we're wrestling fans,
Well, that's
just like with NWA on Tuesday nights with Roku. It's freaking free. You don't have to pay nothing for Roku to watch NWA Power. You can go to your browser, search it up, Roku channel, boom, watch it. That's it. You ain't got to pay a subscription.
Here's the biggest thing for you.
You ain't got to pay nothing. And you can support those wrestlers too. So
here's the biggest thing for you. Because obviously with bigger companies and even with the NWA, with Roku, they have commercials. So that benefits their bottom line. There's
the commercials that they do have are their own commercials, and it's a promo.
Well, that's what I'm saying is still
it's a promo. It's leading up to the match, like in between the women's title match. They went to a commercial break, but it was Silas Mason cutting a promo about building their the NWA World Title match next week against Thomas Latimer.
So vignette,
it's not a commercial.
vignette.
Basically, a vignette, a promo.
Yeah, a promo.
So it's not a commercial. And then they in between the I think it was the Brian Idol match, or after the Brian Idol match. In between that one, the next match, they had a commercial, but it was Mike Mundo, the national heavyweight champ, and Slade,
former Spirit Squad
junior
member,
heavyweight champ, and they were cutting them a promo about building their tag team match was coming next week. So, with NWA, you're getting a solid 45 minute to an hour wrestling show, and the little commercials or whatever are not commercials. They're their own. They get promo or vignettes or whatever, and you're still getting a solid wrestling show. Now, are you getting 30, 40-minute matches? No. Most of the matches on NWA last around 10 minutes roughly. Some of them go to 15. So it's not that long, but it's still good wrestling, and they got some great wrestlers on there, and that's why I tune in to watch. And like I said, it's free. So, yeah, I'm promoting NWA.
Well, I mean, and it's a beautiful thing because everything should be promoted. That's the point of our podcast.
And if you're in the Tampa area, go to the NWA Power. Go buy a ticket. Go have fun.
Now, real quick, and we'll finish the show.
We got to wrap it up right now.
Yeah. I think fans go back to what I was saying: the payoff versus the show me's or the Missouris. Okay, those fans.
You're kind of cutting out.
Can you hear me?
You're cutting out.
Can you hear me?
Vaguely. You sound like a robot.
Nope.
Now there's an echo. Okay. Now talk.
All right.
There you go.
All right. So, real quick, the Missouris versus the show versus the payoffs.
Yeah.
And this is an easy fix across wrestling, not just WWE, AEW, or TNA, but everybody. If you're going to advertise stuff, make sure that the matches in between those advertised matches kind of allow you to take a breath. That's what we need to get back to where the matches that filled in between moments. That's how you allow your crowd to absorb the moment. Take a breath, and then once that you're still riding that wave, but once you hit these matches that are advertised, okay, boom, done. You know what? Hey, I was able to ride that. I'm not losing, and it allows those enhancement talents, those preliminary talents, be able to showcase what they have. So that when they become the spotlight and the advertised matches. So we could sit here and do the math and watch me have numbers and pi ratios swirling. But point being, wrestling is an ever-evolving, ever-growing entity in itself. So we'll sit here next time and be able to talk about more wrestling, unfiltered, apparently, because
Unfiltered.
I already owe $5 to the swear jar. This has been Aaron's Loves Wrestling, a.k.a. the American Cowboy, a.k.a. Dr. Noob. I am Chris Branson from the Cheap Seats Wrestling Podcast. You can find us on YouTube, Discord, Twitter, maybe on Blue Sky one day. Who knows? Maybe on True Social. We'll make sure we're across everything. I'm kidding. Soon to be on Instagram at least. Yeah. But point being, this has been Unfiltered Wrestling. We love talking AEW, TNA, MLW, AEW, WWE, X, Y, and Z until our faces turn blue and his son wakes up.
Yep.
We'll see you next time.
Yep. Y'all can follow us on our socials: X, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok. I'm at least on those. He's on X and YouTube and Instagram.
Yeah, I got my own personal, but it wouldn't hurt if we put some clips on Instagram. Might grow our following.
Yeah. But yeah, check us out. Let us know of all y'all's thoughts of what's going on in wrestling in the comments. Hit the like button, subscribe button. Hey, I'm on my way to 500, so I love it. So keep subscribing. Thank you for supporting the brand, and thank you for supporting Unfiltered Wrestling. I'm glad I get to partner with my buddy Chris, and we'll have guests on here. If you are a podcaster, you are welcome to join us. Hoss is interested in joining. We'll have him on here.
I
Maybe
was gonna
having the
say
trouble, Steve.
our friends over at Horror Wrestling.
Yep.
Get a hold of Michael Llewellyn and Tori and see if they want.
Yeah.
More talk.
See if they want to join in. That's right. Kicking at it too. So go check them out as well. Shout out to them. Shout out to Devin. Go check him out for Thursday night
Whoa.
TNA Impact watch along and Friday night SmackDown watch along and the Monday Night Raw watch along, WWE NXT watch along. He also has a WWE Unreal.
Mike Norton
Go
and
check
his
that out.
crew. Mike Norton and his crew.
WWE Unreal, and check that out. And his reactions to WWE Unreal. So go check out Devin Travel Chief. And yes, Michael Norton, our buddy from Elite Mobcast. Elite Mob Podcast. Mobcast. Wow. Elite Mob.
Hey, it works. Elite Mobcast.
Go check them out with boys Mike and Took as they cover AEW. Dynamite Download. Got my brothers over there who cover AEW with Mind Runner, Brent Ross, and their whole crew there, Full Tilt Deb as well. Go check them out. They got a show tomorrow night reviewing Dynamite. It is Sunday for Collision, so go check them out for Dynamite Download. And then check out a newest member from the Wrestling Lovers community, the Hoss Knuckle Brew. Check his podcast out.
Hoss.
He's growing, and he is getting he's trying to grow, getting this biz. So go support him as well. Subscribe and like. And
Get Hoss on here.
him. We're going to get him on here next show, hopefully. He's a truck driver, so kind of hard to podcast and truck drive at the same time. But when he is free and we're all free, he will be on the show. So
hey, we got our nation's corner friends, Debhausen and Jerry from Jersey, and
there you go.
John from Jersey. Oh, he's gonna get me. Hey, they even got a Dallas Cowboys fan.
How about them Cowboys? Time. Super Bowl.
Anyhow,
go check out the Wrestling Lovers community. Everybody joins the podcast and the Wrestling Lovers community. You're a wrestling lover, you're welcome. Hey, even if you love sports too, we're in here for sports. Next year, I'm gonna get more involved in Cowboy watch-alongs.
We're even doing a Rangers podcast.
All right, we're gonna be doing the Texas Rangers because baseball season is here. The training camps are here. We are in the baseball season. Hallelujah! It's America's sport. God's sport. It is the best sport out there. Next to wrestling.
Hey.
You're welcome, Hall.
Get off here. We got things we gotta go do.
Yes. So yeah, check all that out. Get ready for some more. And also, real quick, Wrestling Throwback Thursday is coming. And Chris, you're welcome to join.
I know I'll be there.
Yes, the matches of old school wrestling, whether it's from the 70s to 3 years ago. Give me a good match to watch. Something maybe I've seen, maybe something I haven't seen. Give me something, and we're gonna do a Wrestling Throwback Thursday.
We may even review Buddy Rogers and Pat O'Connor. Who knows?
See? Old school. Throwback Thursday. So check that out coming soon. Love all y'all. Appreciate y'all. Follow Chris. Follow everybody else in the Wrestling Lover community. And just like I always say, love everybody and most importantly, love professional wrestling. Have a good one.
Turn the lights on.